Hello everybody.
Hey guys.
So today I just want to talk briefly about traveling internationally with dogs. And a lot of you have been asking us about what are we doing with the doggos when and if we do this international trip we've been talking about. And so I want to address that and some other things. First off, we do have a lot of pretty good friends and a few family members around the country that know our love of our dogs and understand all the things, the way that we spoil them and all that, and who have offered kindly to watch them when we do go. So that's good news there. So if and when we go, they will be staying with one of those individuals. And these are people that have, again, they understand the way we treat the dogs. So we would only choose places that have acreage, a big yard.
Somebody will be with them all day.
Yeah, someone that will be able to be home 24/7 with them the way that we are with the dogs 24/7, since they're not really used to being left alone or anything like that.
We'll let them sleep in the bed.
Yeah, people that are okay with cuddling with them and giving them lots of love.
Dog hair in the house.
Yes, they are dog hair. And cooking for them. We've already talked to people, they understand we cook for them. And so things like that. So the good news is, yeah, we do have a few people out there that, I mean, a lot of the way we meet friends anyway is through dogs. And so, yeah, these people understand and love their dogs just the same. So if we leave, the dogs will be very well taken care of. In fact, they'll probably be princes and princesses while we're gone. So that's good there. And yeah, otherwise, in terms of the whole international travel with dogs, unfortunately, it's not really something that I think we could even do if we wanted to. There's not, I mean, in terms of just having to fly, if we fly, obviously if we drive, they'll come with us. But a lot of places we have to get to via flying. And I know that there are some exceptions to flying with a dog, but for the most part, you can't really fly with a dog. Now, I know that there are some options of like putting them under in the plane, like with cargo or whatever.
Yeah, with your luggage.
But that just, I don't like that idea.
Sounds horrible.
It sounds like it might be a little too terrifying and traumatic for them and me, just the same.
Especially since we're with our dogs all the time, they wouldn't know what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
And then we'd be freaking out, so it's just chaos.
Yeah. So we pretty much ruled that out anyway, and we knew that from the beginning. In fact, this was actually the hardest part of all of this when we started talking about wanting to go somewhere, and we kept putting it on the back burner. Part of that was because of the dogs. We just felt really bad about,
leaving them.
We can't take them with, and what would we do? And and so we did talk to some people and find really great places for them to go. And then it was like, oh well, okay, maybe we can do this.
It's still the hardest part, but it's a little easier to do it now. So
yeah. So we'll miss them, and I'm sure they'll miss us. So I think we'll probably miss them more than they miss us, because they'll be being spoiled, and I'll be worried about them regardless of how well they're being treated.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I wish we did live in a society, in a world where the dogs could come with us anywhere. But the truth of it is we just don't. They're not the kind of dogs that are going to ever be allowed to fly up front with us. Yeah. I don't know. I think some small ones might be able to like fit under the seat, but that's pretty small. So they're never going to be able to do that. They're not service dogs yet. So yeah, there's just no way. And then even if we could get them to another country, it presents some big challenges there too, because we're just taking backpacks. We're trying to do this simple and cheap. So dragging them around in new conditions and not really knowing what weather to expect, I mean, will prevail. We might end up in snowstorms in the mountains with some of the treks that we want to do. I'm not going to subject the dogs to that potential bad weather. We don't know what all the country's policies are. I mean, in the U.S. alone, we've had enough trouble with with people always worried about what's going on with dogs and if they're on the proper leash and if they're, all this stuff. So I don't know. I mean, getting to another country and having an issue would just be pretty bad. Yeah. So with all of that, we decided it's actually better to leave them in a safe, comfortable, warm home. And so that's what will happen with the dogs. And that's kind of my take on traveling even with dogs. So for other people who have dogs, I'm sure there's a few anomalies out there that maybe can do some sort of travel with dogs. But for the most part, it's challenging. It's trying on us. It's trying on the dogs. It can be expensive. So there's a lot of challenges with international with dogs. So it's really just better if you can find a place for them to just be comfortable rather than trying to drag them along in it.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to backpack and keep it cheap. So
yeah, let alone
when we
all
backpack in the States with them, pretty much my whole backpack is full of just dog stuff. So it's takes up a lot. So you really can't go as far as you would like to. But
yeah. So that's just a little update again on the international stuff. I said in the last video we were gonna have some more info. We will. I'm gonna keep this one short though, and I'll make something else to update because we have changed gears and we have some decisions. We're not fully, ready for the exact plan yet, but we have our target set on a new place, and I'll let you know what that is in the next video, guys. It'll be in the next day or so. All right, that's it for today, guys. Bye.
Bye. Ready to play fetch?